And welcome back on this Friday morning. Let's quickly go over that forecast. Really not a lot to tell you other than it is going to be as nice as it was yesterday. 95 for your high today, 73 degrees out there already this morning. Ditto for the next several days on the rain chance. Those pop-up storms, there they are right there. So actually have a bunch of different announcements to go through quickly this morning. Emergency need, all types of blood, Life South. Wherever you see one, stop and donate blood if you can. You can call them at 888-795-2707. Next we have, it's a wing thing, Wing Fest, that's right. Coach from Hazel Green High School, Matt Putman, may join us next week to tell you more about that. That's going to be Saturday, July 27th, a huge fundraiser for them, so keep that in mind. And next we have, don't forget, it's Handy Week.
Kicked off last night over in Florida.
Last night, that's right. John McGee's going to be having a benefit there at his place to benefit the Boys and Girls Club. If you've not been to the Handy Festival, go down there.
You ever been to that, Doug?
It is a lot of fun.
It's great. I mean, they have people playing over there at lunch and everything. You know, the weather couldn't be more perfect for you guys tomorrow.
Oh, it looks like it's going to be nice for volleyball. I mean, even a little
storm.
Yeah, you know, if we get a rain shower in there, that'll just save us a little water.
Now, is that the fire department there hosing everybody off?
That's what. What they'll do is they provide us with some hoses and hook them up so we can get the courts down and mudded up. And then, you know, if you get muddy, then you just kind of on your own.
So we got a little action from last year when we were down there, and I did cover that. I think the first one ever back years ago. Now at the Country Rover, but this raises. You say this is y'all's only fundraiser?
It is, and you know, we raise enough to be able to provide year-round for.
Have y'all got T-shirts and stuff on sale there?
We will this year. This is the first year we're doing that. Typically, what we've done is provide T-shirts to competitors, but this year
750 people are in this thing.
Yeah,
it's
and
huge.
you know we're gonna have probably we got another I don't know 10 or so vendors that are going to be set up out there, and just ask everybody to come out and watch and check it out, see what's going on.
Can you get hurt doing this?
If you can, CASA's not liable because you signed a waiver.
Okay. I knew there'd be some legality in there.
No, you can, but we try to take all the precautions that we can. The mud is, you know, it's tilled up.
Who's the mud sponsored by?
What now?
Who's the mud sponsored by?
Well, it's sponsored by Gary Daly's crew. They come out and till it up for us, and the city does also, the Park and Rec. But you know, we require everybody to wear shoes, and that's one of the things, because that mud, we don't know what's in it.
Yeah.
And so you got to wear shoes. And
afterwards,
it looks real interesting.
What happens to all the shoes that most people leave there?
That's one of the more interesting things. We have free labor inmates that come help us out, and they always want to take the shoes that people leave.
Yeah.
They'll rinse them off and take them back to the jail. It's free shoes.
Well, there's nothing wrong with them.
No, there's nothing wrong with them. People just...
All right, there's no cost to get in to witness this.
No, there's no admission fee. If you're not playing, you can come and watch for free. You might want to bring a lawn chair.
Are there vendors?
There are going to be some vendors set up. We're going to have, you know, snacks, refreshments, and all that. You know, people selling those, and also just some people doing arts and crafts, that sort of thing.
You may want to take a towel.
I should have gotten with you earlier to bring me a whole list of the teams. Did you come up with any other names of this year that maybe
there are some names
that we can say on TV?
That I'd rather not say on TV. We're going to have to announce them, and you know, we walk a thin line between what's clean and what's not, and I guess it's all innuendo. And of course,
it's all dirty. Look at all the mud.
Right. And every once in a while, there's a 12-year-old boy inside of me that always hears the dirty one, not the clean one, right? So.
Well, I mean, last year, this is video from last year, there was a crowd. Now, I don't know if I'd tear a lawn chair, sit there all day or nothing, but what's funny is watching everybody come off the court, and you've got on a pair of white shorts down there. Who wears white to a mud volleyball? That looks like me after playing a game at New Hope and being in the mud. I don't want to get to play. I still have a white uniform on.
Did you make it out with any mud?
Well, my feet were dirty. That was about it.
Yeah, and I'll avoid it. It kind of looks like Sheriff's Rodeo this year.
Yeah.
Mud about that deep out there. But I'll tell you, if you've never seen it's right there at the high school, right?
Yeah, it's right there on 31 at the high school, and you drive by the high school, you'll be able to find it on Saturday.
You know, y'all should set up something that people make donations to it to go to CASA.
You know,
and I'll come by and count the money.
Sir, I'll take the donations. I'll be there. You just find me if you want to make a CASA donation.
Well, I mean, you should have a big thing out there to make a donation.
Well,
since it's all free. I'm just throwing out ideas for you.
We make enough on this thing to be our fundraiser, and we just.
And again, CASA is what?
It is what it stands for is Care Assurance Systems for the Aging and Homebound, and what we do is provide assistance to people who are homebound for whatever reason. Most of what we do is build wheelchair ramps, but other things provide transportation to doctor's appointments and those sorts of things.
Oh, okay. So it's and CASA. What age group do they benefit?
Well, it's mostly seniors, but we do have some that wouldn't qualify as seniors that are homebound for whatever reason that we assist to.
All right, let's go back to that story I asked you about earlier. You've been a lawyer, and this week judges are gone, and Stan's a lawyer too. But we'll get with him later on the deal he's working on. But since you're up here and you're so free to give issue advice this morning, Supreme Court. You've heard about this case before. This guy here is 50-something years old, 54 years old, I believe. Shot his girlfriend 11 times, then killed a guy once he got in prison. And they're saying because his IQ supposedly is 70. Which mine probably ain't much higher, that he can't be executed. But the judge there is saying the state of Georgia will execute a mentally retarded man when it carries out execution of Warren Lee Hill. A congressional act cannot be applied to trump Hill's constitutional right not to be executed.
It's interesting. Every state kind of defines what the MR level is. And Alabama kind of agrees with that 69, 70 threshold. If you're below 69 or 70, you're considered MR. If you're above it, you're not on your IQ. But there is a Supreme Court case, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was 2 or 3 years ago, that said basically you can't execute somebody who's considered mentally retarded.
I know you're going to give me a legal answer on this, but I'm going to give you a common question answer on it. If they kill somebody, no matter what their IQ, and what if they do it again, why protect them? They have no service to society.
Yeah.
None.
And I guess the argument is obviously that we're not releasing him. It's just a question of death penalty versus life without parole. And he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison without parole. He's not going to get out. That's one thing. Do you remember?
Still, he's a waste of space.
Well, and it costs
taxpayers' money.
It costs a lot. But it costs more to keep him on death row.
Well, I know.
So, you remember Kenny Thomas? It was back in the 80s here locally. And a lot of people that have grown up here will remember this case. But it was, he killed that lady across from middle school. And I can't remember her name. Okay. But it was a terrible case. And it was tried, and he was sentenced to die. About a year ago, after the Supreme Court case came out, his sentence was commuted to life without because they said he was mentally retarded. So he was sentenced to execute by a Limestone County jury and won't be.
All right, let me ask you another question. This is one of her pet peeves. Why is the word retarded still used when that is supposed to be one of the words you don't say? I mean,
yeah,
it's kind of like the N-word.
Terrible writer.
Not as bad, but still.
Well, and one of the things is that you've got two different. For instance, in Alabama, the law has a standard of MR, mentally retarded. And that's what it stands for. I mean, in the Alabama Department of Mental Health and Mental Retardation, it's an Alabama department. Okay. I think when you put the mentally in front of it, I think it's more acceptable than if you just say retarded.
What does that say right there?
I know. They say
this
retarded.
Is USA Today.
Yeah.
And that's going to offend a lot of people that have Down syndrome children and other people that have some mental disabilities.
And I think that's the difference in when you're talking about something that's a genetic issue, a medical issue, when you say MR, and when you just say retarded. I think it's kind of become a hot button. I'm surprised USA Today didn't catch that.
I'm surprised too.
Or maybe they were quoting the Georgia judge trying to make it look bad.
Maybe they were. All right, Doug, thanks for that info there. So we can see you tomorrow. You're not going to be wearing them big old boots down there.
No. I'm going to be there in the morning in shorts and everything. We'll be there tonight if you want to come by.
What time do you start tomorrow?
We start at 9. If you're playing, be there at 8. But we'll actually start at 9.
That's a big deal tomorrow.
And one thing I do want to mention, we dedicated this year to Leroy Adderhold. I think I've said that before. But, he was so instrumental in forming this and getting it all together. And we really, we miss him. But we wanted to dedicate this 25th year to him.
Well, Doug, we'll see you sometime tomorrow.
All right.
All right, thank you. All right, let's get over to Lonnie this morning. He's getting a little rusty over there waiting on us to hurry up and get through here. And then we'll talk with Stan in just a moment, too, about how you can save your house from foreclosure and from bankruptcy and all that stuff. Let's go local and lovely right down this Friday morning. Y'all hang on.
Little James Taylor. Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Well, Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. Walked out this morning and I wrote down the song. just can't remember who to send it to. But I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. You just got to see me through another day. And my body's aching and my time is at hand. I just can't make it any other way. But I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Been walking my mind to an easy time, my back turned toward the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Now there's hours and time on the telephone line to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines and pieces on the ground. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again. I thought I'd see you riding in the wind. And there's just a few things coming my way this time around now. I thought I'd see you, fire and rain.